Hello, welcome back to the SnapOn Tri-County Tool Show. I'm sporting my Indy Race t-shirt for the Indy Race coming up in Toronto next month and the draw that's happening in a few days for the Canadian customers watching. And of course, my customers, this is your daily reminder to put your tickets in if you haven't yet. As of today, if I look at my watch here, we have 3 to 4 days left to put your tickets in, depending on when you're watching this and when I edit it. So, of course, we're going to be doing a tool truck walk around. It's been a while. I also want to talk about the monthly flyer because we got some really great deals and some really awesome new products, which you will be seeing in some YouTube shorts, which I'm going to try to separate out from the video, as well as in this video, we're going to talk about the promotions that are going on and some of the old but new tools and the new tools. So stay tuned and let's hop into it. Okay, instead of hopping, how about we jump into it and jump into our pry bars and knife section. You'll notice it looks a little bit different on the truck. We got rid of the jack display just until we can get some more jacks in on sale. Of course, we got some new draws going on. One for a Snap-on bicycle and one for a beautiful cooler in the back, but we'll get to that in a few minutes. Some new deals, obviously, with our Father's Day flyer going on. A lot of guys have asked. I haven't been able to do a Father's Day flyer, a walkthrough, I guess you could say. You can find it on my Facebook page. Unfortunately, rookie mistake, actually gave away all my flyers without keeping one for myself. So I'm hoping to get some more of them soon, but until then, I will have to just forward everyone to the digital copy that we have online. New one to the truck, pig mats. Just something I wanted to talk about a little bit about. If you're familiar with Floor Dry, this is basically the solid version of it. It's like the I won't brand them, but we'll say the quicker picker-uppers, but a lot stronger and obviously made for automotive use for everything from brake fluid to different oils to gas to battery acid, everything. This thing will suck up. A lot of guys like them for using them as like bench toppers, which is why in the back I'll just jump ahead a little bit. I actually have these as well, workbench liners, which are really handy. They're like a grip mat, but they're not water permeable through the bottom of it. So you can put it on the top of your toolbox and will keep your toolbox dry, but it will absorb everything to keep everything else dry as well. And going along, I get a little bit excited about stuff, folks. So pause the video, take a peek, see at anything you're specifically looking at. I'm going to try to put the part numbers for stuff down in the description below. If I forget anything or if you see anything that you got a question about, just let me know. Some really great deals on multimeters on my truck right now. Of course, we got to talk about these hose clamp pliers as well. I'm going to be coming back to both of these as well as some other sets that are featured this week and this month. And how each one is a little bit different is the biggest thing as well. So that will be one of our main focuses. Another really great deal I got on some bushing seal drivers, the smaller kit, and then once those ones become too small, you got your bigger kit in behind. Some really great deals on those. Of course, you can never have too many gloves. I don't believe, and I'll have to check back and look. I don't believe I did a video on these either, and if I didn't, you'll see these later in the video as well, talking about these steel wipes. Because not only are they great for tools, I've had a lot of customers tell me they are fantastic for knives and guns as well. If you do any restoration in that sort of way, they clean up your tools, but as I said, they do something else pretty awesome as well. We'll get back to that. Of course, in the back, like I said, we got to talk about this guy. We have our retro cooler filled with a bunch of towels, beach towels, which you'll see later in this video as well, and dry bags. Now, I say this is the perfect beach kit because you can put your cooler in the back of the truck, wherever. You got your beach bag, which is a waterproof, sandproof, everything proof bag, and then you got your beach towel to sit everything on top of as well. So really great summer kits. These are obviously the coolers are being given away in a draw. The towels are featured products, and so are the bags. And a really unique thing about the bag as well that I don't think it was advertised. you get one of these cool things, which is actually made for your cell phone. So if you're anything like me, as you can tell as I bounce and shake my camera around, well, it's actually my phone. I don't treat my phone as good as I should. So something like that, especially for on the beach, would keep me a lot more safe and keep some peace of mind. And we got our BK 7000, another HD borescope, which we have on sale. We got some deals on our Move It, some consumable items. Excuse me. We also got some really great deals on our diamond grinding wheels, wire plier kits, which you can never have too many wiring and pliering accessories. I did graze over our Solus Plus, as you should already know, our latest and greatest scan tool. If you don't, I will link to the video, I believe a few weeks ago, that we did on the lovely Solus Plus compared to the Solus Legend. A few deals on hammers, which we have Thor's hammer back in, 56-ounce hammer. Of course, another star of the show we're going to be talking about, some more hose clamp pliers, and hidden in the rough here, I actually have a new flashlight we'll be talking about that's featured in that flyer as well. So we'll get back to you in a few minutes. We have some deals on combustion leak testers. If you've never used one, it's for head gaskets. Basically, it'll turn a certain color after you put that fluid in your orifice tube and you run the engine with that attached to your radiator. We have deals on our 300 foot-pound, half-inch digital torque wrench. Some puller sets that are featured in the flyer. And with that, I believe that's about it, folks. Again, if you have any questions, give me a message, comment down below, or obviously private message me on Facebook. I know a few guys have been putting personal information in the comments below. Obviously, I don't ask for your address in the comments. Just private message me. If you are local, obviously I can either schedule a stop in to see you, or obviously you can stop in and see me. But yeah, don't leave your address down below. I don't want you to get in any trouble. And here I am telling you about all these things I'm going to show you in the video, and I missed one of the most important ones with our lovely SnapOn beach towel, the Tool Utopia, or as I like to call it. It's actually, I believe it says Discover Utopia, but of course it's inverted to me. Looks really nice on the beach. Looks really nice in the bathroom for a shower towel as well. I can tell you, I have plenty of these from over the years, and they do hold up over the years. So even if you're using it as a once in a while thing or an everyday thing, if you want to, really great towel. And one other thing that I really wish I could have mentioned a little bit more, I actually took one of these bad boys in on trade. This is our KRA 2422. This is our 100th anniversary toolbox. So it's in really great shape. If you notice, there's some very, very special emblems on this bad boy. Oh, 100th anniversary. And they're actually steel. They're not the plastic or the magnetic adapters. They're there to stay, and they're not going to go anywhere over, hopefully, the next 100 years of its use. So now back to your regularly scheduled program. Here we go. Okay, folks. So now we're getting into the meat and potatoes of the video. Obviously, this is kind of our our chocolate filling to the donut, or the white frosting to the Oreo. This is going to be all the deals of the month coming, at least advertised through SnapOn. Again, disclaimer, this is Canadian pricing on my truck. I cannot promise this anywhere else. Solus Plus, we went over most of this in our Solus Plus video. If you have any questions, obviously let me know about that. The next 2 pages, I will say, are some of my favorite new tools. Like I said about these tool wipes, obviously you can read a little bit about them there. I'm going to be talking about them later in this video. And obviously, if you've watched my shorts, which hopefully have been uploaded by the time that this goes up, hose clamp and just general use hose pliers. Some really great stuff, but they've actually they've missed a really, really great star of the show that they've just released, which we'll talk about here in a few minutes as well. Of course, all of our concentrically broached wrenches, which if you're not familiar or if your Snap-on guy has not told you, means that every single one of our wrenches is drilled directly in the center of the wrench hole, which you wouldn't expect it to make that big of a difference until you're in a tight spot and your wrench jams up halfway through you tightening or loosening a bolt. Very, very handy. And of course, with your offset, allows you to flip that wrench over and get to that bolt the first time instead of having to go and cut another wrench or make it work. On the next page, is it really a flyer without some material removal tools? And I'll tell you, these sanders and this guy right here, the Crud Thug, I love this thing. It does everything. It's a material remover. It can actually remove pinstriping when you don't want to ruin the paint. Definitely a fantastic tool. And of course, with our sanders, anytime we have a trade-in, everyone's got an old sander that you want to get rid of. And hey, this is a great way to save some money and get into a sander that can be your daily driver. With low vibrations, low noise, and of course, high ergonomics. A lot of guys don't realize that with this guy here, you can actually move the handle. And if you're sanding all day, every day, you don't want to have to build up new calluses for that new sander. This thing will allow you to basically sand all day. You move the handle where you want it. So if you're left-handed or right-handed, you don't have to be ambidextrous to use this thing. So really handy and comfortable to use. Impact drivers. I haven't seen these guys on sale in quite a while. Of course, with all of our impact drivers being made of a special alloy steel, hopefully they hold up longer for you. And with our, I'd say new, I haven't seen them before, our 36-piece half-inch drive impact driver set with the extractors, you don't have to worry about lug nuts anymore. If you got a lug nut that comes in without the key, you have the master key there, which is awesome. And of course, you got to have a hammer to hit with them. There you go, 2-piece kit. All of our general use needle nose pliers separately, or we do have sets on sale as well. Some deals on flashlights, like I said, of course. We got to brighten your day. Some electrical equipment. Nice air solving gun as well. Again, something that doesn't come on sale very often that a lot of guys use on a daily basis. Definitely great if you're still degreasing tools before putting them back in or to giving to a customer. And last but not least, one of our newer versions. Now, keep in mind, obviously, the part number will be different in the US to Canada. These ones are our CSA approved clamshell sandblasting cabinets. Some fantastic deals on those as well. All the part numbers should be in the flyer. If you have any questions, obviously, let me know. Including on your new tool storage unit. They're lovely. What I'd have to say with our new color green, Green Envy, it is definitely that. It's going to make a lot of guys jealous that you have this box and no one else does. Or I'll just have a whole matching shop if that's the case. Nice deals on boxes, guys. And of course, with that being said, we're going to hop into some specialty. All right, folks, and here we are once again talking about some tools that I know you didn't know we had. Well, hopefully not. If you did, then this is just a recap and there'll be a test at the end. But the biggest thing is, first of all, we're here to brighten your day, and to do that, we have to have the best lights on the market. And to do that, obviously, we got to keep up with the times. This is another new one for the month of June. So basically, if you look at it, I'll give you the part number, even though it'll be in the description below. It's an ECARI 051, if you can hopefully see it there. Otherwise, like I said, it'll be in the description. Rotates a full 270 degrees. I'm going to keep the back of it held in place, just so you can see exactly how far it can spin. So very handy for those tight access spots. Basically everything that an owl can do, this thing can do. It can also look up and look down as well. It'll go a full 170 degrees this way. So it'll look back on you if you need it to. if you have it magnetized to something, because it does have a magnet on the back here or on the base, you can stick it right where you need to and shine it right where you want it. A unique thing about this is, obviously, it's about the width of some of those more rugged cell phones, so it can fit in your pocket. You can have it wherever you need to at an arm's reach, basically. But it also focuses. So if you see, basically, it's got a little overbite there. If I turn that guy, you have a floodlight or a flashlight. It goes from about 500 lumens as a flashlight to 400 lumens on a floodlight because it's more dispersed. But again, the same output either way. I will grab the box here just to cheat for a second. So at high, it's about 2 hours, 2.5 hours of lifetime, and about 20 hours at low as well. So if you want a light to last you, obviously click it on. You can just press and hold on the button for a few seconds, and you'll see even in the video it'll dim out there. And again, if you're either underneath a vehicle and it's already dark outside, any light's better than no light. So if you do set it on a lower setting, at least you'll know you'll be able to finish the job with this light. Next one, this guy right here, the Formula 1920 steel wipes. Now again, as I said in the earlier video, these guys are a fantastic tool wipe. What they're made to do is lubricate, keep the tools from rusting. They're an anti-rust solution, basically wipe. But on top of that, they don't leave that residue that a lot of other wipes will. So if you've either dipped your tools in oil over the years to keep lubrication on your ratchet, you know you got to wipe it down after it gets all greasy and you end up busting your knuckles anyway. These leave a non-sticky, non-slippery solution on your ratchet to kind of oil them, but obviously not with oil, which is another reason why they work great as whether it's a knife wipe or as a gun wipe as well. Whether you're someone who restores knives or if you restore guns, they're a great tool wipe to have on hand. All right, folks, and we're moving on to the Hand Tool Olympics. This one, I guess you'll call this competition Hose Clamp Plier Edition. I'm going to start out with the Blue Point ones because obviously you want to see a little bit of everything. This is what Blue Point has to offer. These are the HCP 10s. Great plier. These, I've been selling these for years. Only pet peeve with them, they are what I call a 4-piece plier. And what that means is obviously, you can see by the rivets there, your handles are built separately from the actual jaw itself, which as long as you're using them for low, I guess you call them low torque applications, smaller hose clamps, then you're not going to have any issues with these. They're going to work great. And of course, they do have that little lock mechanism, which allows you basically to keep them from working back out on themselves, or if you open them up and then go to close them, you can hear that ratcheting mechanism in those 3 different teeth. And moving on from those HCP 10s to the HCP 11s, we basically one-upped ourselves on this one from the Blue Point to the Snap-on ones. These are what I'd say is a 2-piece plier. And what that means basically is you don't have that extra riveting done. It's basically a 1-piece handle and then another piece handle. So it's 2 molded together like a regular Snap-on plier. You don't have 2 pieces that are molded together. They give you that extra weak point to fail. You'll also notice with the jaws, I didn't speak about this on the Blue Points too much, but you'll see they're definitely designed with a few more options in there. The teeth have been machined to grab at different angles, and where they do rotate, same as the Blue Point ones, you can grab onto that hose clamp, and if you need to move your handle but keep that constant tension, you can with these guys. They also have that locking mechanism there, so as you press down, it releases your jaws. They also have 2 teeth engaged at all times to give you that extra grip, which is fantastic for those hard to reach or stubborn hose clamps that don't want to stay put in the plier. You can really cinch down on them. And speaking of Snap-on pliers that are what I'd have to say is kind of been repurposed. There are HCP 48 ACFs. These guys are really handy for basic general use. If you're doing a hose clamp every once in a while, it's not your everyday job for coolant or anything. These guys are fantastic. So you got your regular bolt grip pliers, so you can use them on, like I said, those regular use jobs. You still have your cutter in the back there for cutting light duty wires, copper, stuff like that. But on the end, you'll see, if I can focus in there, It's almost like a little L shaped, and it's got a little ball in the middle there for hose clamps, so that they don't obviously work themselves out as you're releasing them or you're forcing down on them. They are a three position slip joint plier as well. They can fit into tight spots. They do have our patented handle as well, which is dipped instead of slid up on, so you don't have to worry about them coming off. And of course, with lifetime warranty, you'll never have to buy another pair. All right, coming into what I would call our premium pliers. These guys are obviously more of a specialized tool as I fight around with them. This is our SHCP 1Bs. Of course, if you have the A's at home, they're very similar. I believe the only thing they've really adjusted was the locking mechanism a little bit on them. But the big thing is with these, obviously, the remote. So I can be over here, and I can be clamping over there. So obviously, if you're working with hose clamps that have kind of worked themselves around to the bottom of the hose, you can go up underneath and lock them in place. Obviously, with the ratchet mechanism on these guys, you do have 3 teeth engaged at all times. So for higher torque, I guess, again, you'd call them hose clamps, they will hold them in place a lot better for you. You don't have to worry about them slipping out or your plier failing in the meantime as well. Now, last but certainly not least, our SHCP2 set of hose clamp pliers. Unique thing about these, same idea. You can be over here and tightening up over there, but as you can hear, that little squeak or that friction sound that you're hearing, these are more set up like more of like a caulking gun, where they have infinite amounts of stopping power. Of course, you get a lot more friction and a lot more surface area. You're not going to have these fail as often as if you're overusing the toothed versions of these. But the big thing is obviously if you have a hose clamp that you need to stop at a certain position, slide them on or slide them off, you'll be able to with this guy. And of course, you can rotate it a full 360 degrees wherever you need to as well. I haven't spoke much about it because most of them are fairly similar, but this does have a little bit of a wider work area as well. So if you have a larger hose clamp, you can get these into a larger situation as well, which is very, very handy. Now you're still here. Well, since you're still here, I might as well give you a extra tool. You guys are familiar with these, the mag dishes. Great tool. They're I call them like a coin purse. If you remember back in the day, you open it up, drop your money in. You can do that with these. They fold in half, or you can obviously use them individually as well. Well, these, they're no longer. They're a great tool, but there's a new kid on the block. It's these guys. These are the Mag Dish 10s. They're a 10-inch wide magnetic dish. I have, I think, about 6 magnets on the back of them, but a steel plate to keep everything obviously magnetized in between. Silicone, again, you can force them together so you have like more of a magnetic plate than you do a dish. You can stick them wherever you want, but the biggest thing is if it is non-magnetic, you can still use it as a dish, set it on your workbench or whatever, keep all your bolts safe. Or a lot of guys love them for the cowls of vehicles, so you can keep all your tools at an arm's reach, and remember to take them off the vehicle before you're done. Well, and thanks for coming around for a tour with me once again, folks. Sorry, my voice is a little bit off. I can say that I've been battling yet another illness. For being 26 years old, I've never felt so old. But obviously, if you see a few jump cuts, I was just coughing my lungs up in between. But again, I'll be talking to you guys very, very soon. We got some more deals to talk about that I'm very excited about. Until then, have a great day.